Hello everyone, this is Rajiv Sanaki, Department of Civil Engineering, Jain Polytechnic, Belagavi. So we continue with the next lectures in Unit 1, that is Introduction to RCC. So in today's lecture we will be covering two portions in Unit 1, that is 7 and 8. So the content in these two portions are concept of balanced under reinforced and over reinforced sections, characteristic load, development length, side face reinforcement, nominal cover to reinforcement. First one, we come to balanced section. So here you can see a rectangular section of a beam of width B and D depth, and AST is the area of steel or the reinforcement provided. So at the center you can see imaginary line, that is nothing but neutral axis, which we discussed in the previous lecture. So here you can see NA neutral axis is equal to NC, that is normal neutral axis is equal to critical neutral axis. So in case of balanced section, neutral axis normal is equal to neutral axis critical. So section is known as balanced section, in which the steel, that is in compressive steel in concrete and tensile steel, will both reach maximum permissible values simultaneously. Means it is called as a balanced section when both the reinforcement in the upper section, that is compression, and the lower section, that is tension, reach the maximum value, that is A is equal to NC. Neutral axis of balanced section is also known as critical neutral axis. Next, coming to under reinforced section. The meaning of under reinforced section is if the steel provided is lesser than that required for a balanced section, it is known as under reinforced section. Due to less reinforcement, the position of actual neutral axis will shift above the critical neutral axis, that is N is lesser than NC, that you can see in the figure. Next, coming to over reinforced section, that is the opposite of under reinforced section. If area of steel provided is more than that required for a balanced section, then it is known as over reinforced section. So as area of steel provided is more, the position of neutral axis will shift towards steel. Therefore, neutral axis is below the critical neutral axis. Here you can see in the figure. Next is characteristic load. The characteristic load is defined as a value of a load which has the 95% probability of not exceeding during its life of the structure. Means characteristic load is a value of one load. For example, if the value of a load is 10 kilonewton, so after years and years the structure will become old. So this load, that is 10 kilonewton, it has the probability, 95% probability of not changing, that is the load will not exceed. So next, coming to development length. So in the name itself it says that development means increase. So what we are doing is, development length is nothing but a length of a bar which is increased, so that the desired bond between the concrete and the steel is good. You can see here in the figure where steel is provided in the beam, and L indicates the development length where the bar is extended till the column. CD is the development length. Next is side face reinforcement. To control cracking in beams with total depth greater than 750 mm, side face reinforcements are provided. If the depth of the beam crosses 750 mm, it sometimes cracks are formed. So to control that, the side face reinforcement are provided. Usually we provide reinforcement at the edges of the stirrup, but in this case we provide reinforcement in between at the sides. So nominal cover to reinforcement. So nominal cover means usually what happens, so you can see here this portion which I have drawn red portion, that is the clear cover. This portion from center of the reinforcement till here, this is effective cover, but here a stirrup is provided. So from the center of the stirrup here to the edge, this portion is called as what? Nominal cover to reinforcement. Thank you.